Hi, my name's Dave Putnam. I've applied for the lecturer position at Hayward Heath College. I've been a employee of Chichester College now for nearly 8 years. I started at the college as a motor vehicle lecturer with a background as an engineering mechanic. I used to be a car mechanic. So I started teaching at the college as a motor vehicle lecturer, teaching motor vehicle students. Moved into engineering, teaching engineering as well. I then changed my role, started teaching maths and English to the engineers, which is something I found that I really loved. So sooner or later I got approached by Sam Cook in the maths and English department. I moved into the maths and English department to teach maths and English, mainly functional skills to start with. I've now moved into teaching GCSEs in both subjects. I teach mainly what we call the essential students, which is the students that got a 1 last year in their GCSEs or got a level 1 functional skills last year, which means they're usually a lower grade students, but I can teach the performance level as well, the higher grade students who are aiming to get 4s and 5s this year. My background, basically, my first role as a teacher was with the college. I've done lots of training since then. I've done petals, I've done the Cert Ed, so I'm qualified now as a teacher. I really enjoy teaching maths and English, and I've enjoyed the transition into the GCSE teaching. I really find the challenge quite exciting. I'd love to come and work for Hayward Heath, partly because it's closer to where I live than Chichester College, which would make my work-life balance a lot better, but partly because the challenge of a new college, starting from scratch, new team, sounds like a real challenge for me. I really like to do it. So the lesson that you've said, the subject that you said, I'm going to talk about a bit of maths. So I've actually already recorded a video for a platform that my friend runs called True Challenge, which is normally a sports challenge, a sports platform online. But due to the coronavirus, due to the situation we're in at the moment, he's changed his platform and he's made it into an educational platform so that teachers like me can upload challenges, educational challenges, and then students can upload videos to match that challenge. Now, I recorded this a few weeks ago. It's a maths challenge to do with ratio, but also to do with distance, time, speed. There's lots of different things involved. It's set at quite a base level because obviously we don't know who would be uploading videos as a response to my video, but this lesson is highly easily diversified, easily differentiated by changing the distances, changing the times, changing the units that you use. You can compare different units. So basically this would be done after a starter. So I would start the lesson with an introduction with basically ratios. I would then get them to do this little challenge. I've done it before at the college where I've had students running up and down the corridors, which they all enjoy. It always raises an eyebrow. So we have set a 10-metre track up and down the corridors in the college, as you'll see from the video that I'm going to also share. And then we can extrapolate those times, we can change those times, but also, like I said, it can be differentiated easily. We can change the distance. We can then use, once they've worked out their times and things, we can use it to work out distances around the world. We can work out how fast would it take to get to Australia. All this will make sense once you've seen the video I'm going to attach to this video. Basically, it would just be a great learning experience. I think students love to get up involved. They love to understand why we do maths rather than just this is what you need to know. This is more like applied maths. You can understand where this could be used in the real world. And also, as again you'll see in the video, they get a chance to try and beat Usain Bolt. Right, hope you enjoy it. Right then, Dave here in my shed. Lovely, as you can see. And basically today we're going to be looking at how to work out 100 meters time. So if you were going to sprint for over 100 meters, but also, as we know at the moment in these sort of unsociable times, and we haven't all got a lot of space and big back gardens, we probably haven't got a 100-meter track to run over. And also, maybe if you're quite young, got little legs, not as fit, you might not be able to keep the full sprint pace up for 100 meters. So a 10-meter distance is a lot more doable. Everyone's probably got a bit of space, 10 meters, maybe in the driveway, out in the road, in the back garden. So anywhere space that's safe and you're away from everybody else at the moment. And what we're going to do is you time yourself over 10 meters, and then we're going to extrapolate that time, which means we're going to make that time bigger according to the distance getting bigger, and we're going to find out how fast you could potentially run 100 meters. Now, The reason it's called potential, if you're going to run 100 meters, your body needs to be able to keep up that pace for the 100 meters exactly. If you're only running 10 meters, you can probably run at a faster pace because you haven't got to go as far. So your time through the extrapolation process, through the proportional process we're going to use today, will be a lot faster than actually running over the whole thing, because you wouldn't have got tired, you wouldn't have to keep your pace up. Hopefully your time will be quite a lot better. So what you've got to do, you need to set out a track somewhere which is 10 meters long. You need to film yourself running the track, run the distance of 10 meters and time it, find out what time you're going to get for that 10 meter run. And then once you've done that, we're going to do some maths to find out how fast you could potentially run 100 meters. Let's see. So what we're doing is Dexter is going to run between the markings that I've put down, which is exactly 10 meters, between the cone and the frisbee, because I only had one cone. But he's already going to be at top speed before he reaches the start mark. So basically he's going to start running a bit further back. When he gets to the cone, I'll start timing him, and then when he gets to the frisbee, I'll stop. What it means is he'll have a bit of a running chance, because it'll mean his time will be better. Because if you think about it, Usain Bolt, he won't get to his top speed till probably 50 or 60 meters in. So this way Dexter will already be at his top speed, which means his time will be smaller, hopefully, a bit shorter, which means he'll have a good chance that once we extrapolate to 100 meters, his time should be a bit faster, should be a bit closer to maybe a professional, I don't know about professional, but at least a good time over 100 meters. Right, let's see how he gets on. So when it comes to the maths, we're going to be working this out proportionally. So obviously he's only running at over 10 meters, and we want to know what his time is over 100 meters. So we need to work out how much bigger 100 meters is than 10 meters, and then apply that change to his time. So Dexter, he did his run in 1.8 seconds, and he ran 10 meters. And we want to know what happens at 100 meters. So you need to work out how much bigger is 100 than 10. And the way that you do that is you divide 10 into 100. See how many times this fits into this, and then you know how much bigger it is. So you would do 100 divided by 10 equals, in this case, 10. So it is 10 times bigger. So what happens here is if you multiply 10 by 10, you get to your 100. So now we know how much bigger it is, we need to apply that over here. So we need to also times that by 10. So 1.8 multiplied by 10, everything you know how to do a multiply by 10, you basically take the decimal point and you jump it over until it's there. It jumps over to the next spot, which means that Dexter's time for 100 meters would be 18.0 seconds. Exactly. So potentially, if Dexter could keep that pace up for the whole 100 meters, he would run 100 meters in 18 seconds, which for a 6-year-old is probably not bad. So that was Dexter's time. Dexter's not bad. You know, for a little lad, 18 seconds, that's an impressive 100 metre time. I also let my daughter have a go. She's 3. Go! So we're going to try it again for Ava's time. So I'm going to draw my boxes. This side's going to be time, this side's distance. Ava did hers in, let me just check, 2.9 seconds, and again she was running over 10 meters. So we know already that to get down here, this is 10 times as much as this. So to do this side, we need to do 10 times as much as this. So we're going to go 10 times bigger on this side. So again, 2.9 multiplied by 10, you take this decimal point, you jump it one place backwards. So it becomes 29.0 seconds. So again, Ava, if she could keep up that pace, as slow as it was, for the whole 100 meters, she would do it in 29 seconds. So there we have it. You can work out your 100 meters time by running 10 meters and doing some proportional maths. Whichever one side of the proportion gets bigger, you must apply to the other side. It's a way of using ratio and proportion to find out if one side changes, you apply the change to the other side, whether it's getting bigger or smaller, wherever it is. And that box method's a nice visual way of doing it. So what I want you guys to do, record yourselves, time yourselves, sprint that 100 meters, do it as fast as you can, do the maths, work out your times. See if you can beat Dexter, obviously, but you never know. See if you can beat some really good times. Usain does it in 9.64 is his record. If you can get a really good time across 10 metres, extrapolate that, you might be able to beat Usain Bolt. Who knows? All right, good luck.